Our hearts beat to the city streets.
Your eyes fluttered open slowly. Confusion was clouding your mind as the lights streaming inside through curtains was too bright than usual. Your heart skipped a beat as you quickly grabbed your mobile phone from the nightstand and glanced at the time. It showed 8:35 a.m. Your eyes widened in a shock. The alarm had not gone off. Your English test was going to start in 30 minutes, and worse, this class was attended by not anyone else but your cold and strict husband Jeon, who had already left for school. Your stomach twisted with anxiety as you jumped out of the bed, rushing through the small room. You scrambled to find your clothes, pulling on a white skirt and blouse you could find, you barely bothering to check how they looked together. Your hands shake as you brush your long silky hair, leaving them free from the ponytail. You couldn't afford to be late today, not today when the test was gonna conducted by Jungkook. That icy man won't leave me today, you muttered under your breath while slipping into your shoes, almost tripping your way. As you reached the school hallway, you checked the time 8:57, only 3 minutes. You were wasted. You quickly rounded the corner, and there he was standing by the classroom door. His arms were crossing over his chest. His dark, intense eyes locked on you the moment you came in view. Jungkook is known as handsome as well as the rude and strict professor of the school. May I come in, sir? You asked. He sighed and looked at you. What time it is, Miss Lee Wyan? He asked in his cold voice. It's 9:05 a.m. You said slowly while looking down at the floor. And when the class is started? He asked, narrowing his eyes. When? Oh, it's 9 a.m. I'm sorry, sir. I won't repeat the same mistake again. I promise. You said, showing him your puppy eyes, which could melt Timon's heart, but sadly it was Jungkook. So, what was the important work you were doing that you came so late sleeping? He said, raising his eyebrow. He knows then why he is making of me in front of the whole class. You thought in your mind. I am sorry, sir, but I had my own reason. You said, making a sad pout. Own reasons? Oh, Miss Levian has personal reasons. He said, looking at the students who started to laugh at you, except your friend Daisy. Sir, actually, I woke up late. He said, heading down. Okay, stand outside only and meet me in my office once the class gets over. He said sternly, which made you groan. But, sir, I have prepared for this test. I can't let it go like this so easily. You said, frowning at him, Miss Ryan, we have been over this. Punctuality is important, especially on test days. We have been over this. How do you expect to pass your exam? Tears pricked your eyes as you wanted to tell him that how hard you had been trying to do your best, but the words caught in your throat. I am sorry, sir, but please let me give this test. You said in a pleading voice while tears escaping your eyes. Jungkook let out a frustrating sigh, looking at your innocent face. Okay, but you will take the test under stricter conditions. You will have half of the time everyone else has, and if you score less marks in this test, you won't be able to handle the consequences, Miss Ryan, he said firmly. As you entered the classroom, everyone looked at you with pitiful eyes, which made you more sad and emotional. Plopping down on the seat next to Daisy, you forced a smile looking at her. Soon the test sheets were distributed among all the students. You glanced at your wristwatch, time ticking away, which forced you to work more faster. Somehow you completed the test paper within given time period, but you were still afraid as you didn't know if you well or not. Miss Ryan, come to my cabin right now, he asked, collecting the test sheet as he walked outside. You nodded your head while glaring at his disappearing figure. After some time, you were standing in front of his office door as you knocked at the door. May I come in? You asked in a shaky voice. Yes, he said in his cold voice. You went inside while wiping off sweat from your forehead. So, Miss Ryan, you are here, he said, looking at you through his mobile phone. Yes, sir, you said in a crying voice as if you will start crying in few seconds. What this Ryan? Why you came late? Why your alarm didn't wake you up? Why you sleep so late? If you start watching dramas at night, I'm sure you will get up early, so from now on you will be deprived of watching TV at home. You will sleep before 9 a.m., he said in his cold voice while looking at you. But sir, this is too much, you asked, crunching your eyebrows at him. If this is too much, then you want to get running in a ground for 2 hours? He asked sternly. No, no, sir, I am fine. I will accept all your conditions like a good girl. You said, bowing down at him and smiling fakely. Fine, then you may go now, he said, pointing at the door. You forced a smile while cursing him. Time skip, you were walking to the next class happily while jumping on the floor. Yay, thankfully I didn't get detention or any big punishment, you said to yourself, and walked to the last desk where Daisy was waiting for you. Hey Daisy, what are you doing? You said, clapping your both hands in the air. I am completing the assignment. She said, writing fast. You looked at her confused. Which assignment? You asked. Don't tell me you forgot the assignment which we had to submit to Professor Jungkook today. No, Mayan, you can't be this much careless, she said, looking at your pale face. Actually, I forgot to do the assignment. I thought to do it on Sunday, but it just slipped from my mind. You said, Mr. Jungkook has given this assignment about 2 weeks ago. How you could forget such a big thing? She said, looking at you sympathetically. After 2 lectures, it's Jungkook's class as all the students got attentive. So good afternoon class, let's not beat around the bush. So did you all completed the assignment? He asked coldly. Almost everyone yelled while you looked at him with your innocent eyes. Okay, all of you submit your assignments on my desk. Right now, he said, gazing at all the students. You looked at Daisy, who started to rub your hand, and the students who didn't bother to complete their assignments. Please stand up and show me your handsome, beautiful face if it is okay, he said, making you gulp down. After hearing his statement, you started to shiver with the fear. Daisy looked at you, her eyes getting teary as if she's gonna cry anytime soon. The students got up one by one and submitted their assignments. If any one of you forgot to submit the assignment, kindly stand up, otherwise you won't be able to handle the consequences, he said. You slowly got up from your seat and then looked at him with a toothy grin as if it will melt his heart. Jungkook scoffed, looking at your face, which made you roll your eyes at him. Miss Ryan, why you are always showing up to me? He asked, raising his eyebrows. He said, I forgot to do the assignment, you said without looking up at him. What? You forgot? You forgot to do the assignment which had been given to you since last 2 weeks? He said, making you flinch. I am sorry, sir. You said slowly while trying to push the rising tears back. Sorry won't make any difference, but my will, he said, making your eyes widen in a shock as you looked at him with pleading eyes. Follow me to my cabin right now, he said, leaving the class in middle as he walked to his office after slamming the door behind him. What do I do now? Daisy, help me out, you said, throwing yourself on the chair. You have to go, Vayani. You don't have any other choice, she said, patting your shoulder. There, with a groan, you got up and walked to his office. You knocked at the door. After reaching it, he gave you permission to come in. I'm sorry, sir, you mumbled, looking down at your shoes. What sorry? He said. I'm sorry for not doing that assignment, sir, but promise I will do complete it today, you said, looking at him. Miss Ryan, you will have to bear the punishment, which is to run in the ground for 2 hours without any break, he said loudly. Your eyes got widened as you looked at him in a disbelief. But sir, this is too much, you protested, showing him your puppy eyes. Oh, if it is too much, then be ready to get 50 ruler, he said, getting up from his chair and walking to the cupboard, where he had rulers, bamboo sticks and iron rulers just to make you. No, sir, I accept first man, you said with a heavy heart. Okay, go to the ground and don't you come before 2 hours. You were running in the ground while sweating heavily, your feet were trembling badly while your heartbeat was getting intensively faster, and you never ran this much in your life. 2 hours passed, throwing yourself on the ground, you started to breathe heavily. Jungkook's point of view, it's been 2 hours since Ryan running in the empty ground. She didn't pass for a while, though I feel pity on her, but what else I could do? It's her fault that she came to the school late and then she didn't complete the assignment. Above all, she had this much guts to show me her toothy grin. She is so childish. Time skip Arthur's Poe. You both had returned back home as you were sitting in the living room completing the assignment while Jungkook was checking the assignments of the students. All of a sudden, you felt a growl in your stomach which made you feel embarrassed as Jungkook was sitting right beside your couch. Oh, actually, I am feeling hungry, you said, forcing a smile at him while rubbing your tummy. So, what do? I ain't gonna get up and cook a meal for you, he said while checking the assignments. Icy cold man, you muttered, looking at him. Huh? Did you say something? He asked, raising his eyebrows. No, why would I? You replied, forcing a smile. Well, I'm gonna order the food for myself. Would you like to have something? You asked, grabbing your mobile phone from the table. Yeah, bimbap, he said coldly. You hummed in a response and started to order the food. 10 minutes passed as the bell rang. I guess the food has come, you said and ran to open the door. Opening the door, you smiled at the delivery man and taking the order, you paid him the money and came inside the kitchen. As you opened the boxes, revealing the mouth-watering food, you couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Oh, it looks so yummy, I can't wait any more, but let me call Mr. Icy Cold first. You said to yourself and walked to the living room. You saw him still checking the assignment. The food is here, Jungkook. Let's go and eat, you said, making a pout. He looked up at you and paused for a while. You go, I'm coming, he said. You nodded and walked to the dining table where you had set the table. After some time, Jungkook also came as he sat on the chair while you had already started eating the food as you couldn't let your little tummy wait anymore. While you both were eating, your mobile phone beeped. You quickly grabbed it from the table and glanced at the message. It was from Daisy, which said, Where are you, Vian? Didn't we have talked that we will work on Mr. Wickett's assignment in the nearby coffee shop? She had sent this message to you for more than 15 times. You started texting her back. Fine, I'll be there soon. Let me finish my food peacefully. Texted while smiling. Oh, I'm sorry, you eat, foodie girl, but don't gain weight, she said. You laughed weirdly, looking at your mobile screen, which surely caught Jungkook's attention as he narrowed his eyes, looking at your face. What are you laughing at? He asked with crooked eyebrows. Nothing. I'm just going to cafe with Daisy for discussing about Mr. Wickett's assignment, you said casually. Jungkook hummed, chewing his food. Time skip. You took a quick shower and slipping into a floral frock, you did a light bit makeup and then you left for the coffee shop. As you reached the coffee shop, you searched for Daisy all around but couldn't find her. Suddenly you received a text message from an unknown number which made you frown as you clicked on it. You look so pretty in this floral frock. But you would look more pretty, he said. Your feet frozen on the ground while you started to sweat heavily, you looked around to search for the person who would be staring at you, but everyone present there were busy in their own conversation. Suddenly you felt a tap on your shoulder. You turned around with sweaty face and fearful eyes, but soon a sigh of relief left your mouth as it was Daisy. Hey Mayani, sorry for letting you wait. Actually, I had something very urgent came up, she said, plopping down on the chair beside you. It's okay, you said, wiping off the sweat from your forehead. Suddenly you got a text message from the same number. Don't tell me you need meant. I mean how you could ignore my messages. It said with angry emojis. Oh my, who is he and why he is stalking me? You thought in your mind while looking around. Daisy looked at you with her eyes raised. Hey, what's wrong? She asked, looking at you. Nothing, let's clip the assignment first, you said, trying to divert her focus on other side. Oh yeah, let's discuss about it, she said, and you both started to work on the assignment. It was around 7 o'clock when you both were doing with the long assignment. As you got up, stretching your neck, you helped me a lot today. No, it's getting late. Jungkook must be waiting for me, you said, and she nodded. Daisy was the only person in the school who knew that you were married to Jungkook. Otherwise, Jungkook had asked you to keep your mouth shut until the time he feels comfortable. Hey, I will drop you home. It's getting late, she said, getting up. No, no, it's fine. I will go myself, you said in a reassuring tone. Are you sure? She asked, concerned. Yeah, I will be fine, you said, grabbing your bag from the table. Saying goodbye to her, you left for your house. After reaching the street near your house, you asked the taxi driver to stop the car. As he stopped it, you paid him the bill and started walking to your house without wasting any second. You were walking fastly when you received the text message. Gathering up some little courage, you opened it with trembling hands. Walk slowly or you might hurt your pretty legs, it said with puppy eye emoji. Oh my, he's still filming me, you thought to yourself. You looked behind only to find the car, which was driven slowly. You couldn't recognize the person sitting in the car as it was getting dark, but you started walking more faster as you reached your house. Throwing yourself on the sofa, you started to breathe heavily. Meanwhile, Jungkook also entered the living room as he looked at you, shocked and bewildered. Why you came so late? Do you know what time it is? He said loudly, looking at your face. You didn't reply, which made him frown as it was contrary to your nature. Are you okay? He asked, plopping down on the sofa beside you. You took a deep breath before replying, Yeah, I am fine. You replied and left for your room, making him frown. Jungkook knew something was wrong, but he couldn't gather up some courage to ask you something. But deep down, he was feeling that something was fishy. He even himself didn't know that why he was getting worried about you. He couldn't hold up anymore, so he decided to talk to you in this matter. He walked upstairs to your room where he saw you sobbing heavily. He felt his heart edge, seeing your those starry eyes as he ran to you. What happened? You can tell me, Vian. Please don't hide anything from me, he said, your tears dropping down on his shirt. Why didn't you tell me earlier? It's my fault that I am so icy cold person that you don't tell me. He said. No, don't blame yourself, you said. I promise I won't leave you, whoever is behind this, I promise. He said, his eyes full of rage. He was about to get up from the bed when you held his hand. If you don't, you please stay here? You asked, showing him your innocent puppy eyes. His cheeks turned red as he thought for a while and then decided, Yes. The next morning, the morning light streamed through the curtains as Jungkook slowly opened the eyes. A smile crept on his lips as he looked at your cute morning face. He decided to stay a while that until you get up yourself. After an hour you woke up. Your cheeks turned into tomato as you got up from the bed and rushed to the bathroom, leaving him smirking behind. Time skip. After sending that man to jail, Jungkook came back home. It was your school fellow who had been you. He even knows about Jungkook and you. After 1 week, you walked into your bedroom only to see Jungkook. You put your hands on your eyes and was about to go to the downstairs when Jungkook held your hand. Stay here, he says, making the butterflies dance in your mini stomach. You like me? He asked, biting his lips while staring at you. Why would I? You said, making up out. Oh, is that so? He said.